say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Absolutely.
I will, but not yet.
Thank you, Jason. Fantastic. Okay, we now got to throw in now the first pitch. Chris Carter, son of Jerry Carter. You may take the mound and loosen your arm on the way.
The 2025 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us from Strasburg. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you here on a scorcher in the Valley. As we get ready for first pitch, we've got a temperature of 95 degrees. The feel-like temperature, 103. Strasburg enters play with a record of 10-5. Meanwhile, the South Division leader, Harrisonburg Turks, coming in with a record of 12-5. Hank Eaton will get the start tonight for the Express. Eaton is a right-hander, 6'2" righty, 200 pounds out of Pearl River Community College, and he will face a pretty darn good offense here from the Harrisonburg Turks. The lineup for Harrisonburg leading off and playing second base, it's Jalen Evans. Batting second is Clay Thompson, the center fielder. Batting third and playing short, Ty Long. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Jackson Schraft. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Owen Ankers. Batting sixth is Thomas Bly, the DH. Batting seventh, wearing number 7, is Seven Alimas. Batting eighth and playing third base is Gavin Rapuso. And batting ninth is Philip Garcia, the right fielder, on the mound tonight. Out of the University of Miami, the Hurricanes, the left-hander Jacob Dorn.
Leading off the second baseman from Wingate, number 3, Jalen Evans.
Again, with hot temperatures being a factor, we could have some video issues in our broadcast tonight, so stick with us as we hope temperatures will cool down into the 80s by the time we're done tonight. We'll see. All right, ready to go here from Strasburg. Sunday evening baseball. Jalen Evans, the second baseman, stepping in for the first pitch of this game. Evans out of Wingate. 5'8" righty, and the first pitch is fouled back at 6:03, and we're underway from Strasburg. The Express coming off probably what they would consider their most embarrassing loss of the year. last night. They committed 9 errors in a loss to the Woodstock River Bandits. So Woodstock now in first place in the North Division by a game over the Express. Trying to put that in the rearview mirror tonight. 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Those games happen sometimes. You just have to make sure it never happens again. Evans the batter, and an 0-2 count. He's hitting .307, 20 for 65, and he takes low, ball 1. Harrisonburg with the best record in the Valley League coming into this ball game tonight. These two teams have already played once, and Harrisonburg beat the Express in a really crazy game that Strasburg almost had won, the 1-2, up and in. Strasburg was down multiple times in the game a couple weeks ago in Harrisonburg after a lightning delay. Came back and scored, I believe, 5 in the bottom of the 8th. Took a 1-run lead to the 9th after trailing practically all game and gave up 2 to lose on a walk-off, 2-2. And that skips in the dirt, and from 0-2 to 3-2 here for Hank Eaton. Numbers for Eaton on the summer, 6 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, and an ERA of 2.84. He has walked 4 in 6 1/3. Walks were an issue last night along with defense. 3-2. And a foul back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Strasburg has one 2-game losing streak this year, and that was to start the season. They started 0-2. Since then, they've gone 10-3. Both of these teams 7-3 over their last 10 games. 3-2. And that is a strike 3 called, and Hank Eaton strikes out Jalen Evans to start the game here in the top of the first.
Now batting the center fielder from James Madison University, number 15, Clay Thompson.
All right, here's Clay Thompson, the baseball Clay Thompson. Different first name spelling. Clay the batter, C-L-A-Y. Clay is out of James Madison University, so he's a local player, if you would call it that. At least his school is in Harrisonburg. The Dukes of JMU, the first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Strasburg enters play tonight with the number 1 offense in the Valley League. They did hit a home run last night, which was their 23rd of the year. They come in with a team batting average of .294. Harrisonburg number 3 with a .277 average, 1-0. And that is crushed, left field and deep, and gone. And just like that, the Turks lead it 1-0. Home run number 14 for Harrisonburg. Clay Thompson with the home run, and Harrisonburg with an early 1-0 lead here in the first. This park plays much differently than where the Turks play there in Harrisonburg, home of the Dukes. That field is very deep. Obviously, it's a college field, extremely deep to center. It's like 420 to center. The gaps are deep. Well, here in Strasburg, it's a home run ballpark. 300 feet down the left and right field lines, deepest part of the park. Straightaway center at 365. The pitch to the third hitter, Ty Long. The shortstop is a strike, 0-1. Ty Long out of the University of Southern Miss from Ripley, Mississippi. 6-foot righty, 190. The righty Eaton from the windup deals, and that is in there. If you were listening to our broadcast earlier in the week against Charlottesville, I talked about all the big-name colleges in the lineup. Well, you're going to see all of that and possibly more here in this Harrisonburg lineup. A lot of Power 5 Division I program schools in this lineup. That one just misses 1 and 2. Last night, the starting pitcher for Woodstock was out of the Hurricanes of Miami, and the pitcher tonight for Harrisonburg also out of Miami. 1-2. And a little bit high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, 1-0 Turks, a solo home run to left by Clay Thompson. And a 2-2 count for Ty Long here with 1 out in the inning. The pitch, swinging a fly into center. Mosley going after it. He's going to make the running catch. Moving to his left into the right center gap. Well hit, but well defended out there, and there are 2 outs.
Now now batting the first baseman from the University of North Florida, number 33, Jackson Schrapp.
Here's Jackson Schraff, the first baseman. Schraff out of North Florida from Gainesville, Georgia, 6'5", 235. And the first pitch to the righty is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Harrisonburg is coming off of a 4-3 loss last night to Stanton. So they're trying to avoid a 2-game losing streak. That pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. Jackson Schraft hitting .295 on the season, 18 for 61 with 3 home runs and 11 driven in. 1-1. Line drive up the middle, and it nearly hit the base into center field, and a 2-out single as the Turks have their second hit of the inning here in the top of the first. Owen Ankers will step in. Ankers out of Clemson. He is playing left field tonight. 6'3" lefty, 200 out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's hitting a .81 with a home run and 4 RBIs. The pitch. And a little bit high, maybe a little bit in. Defense tonight for Strasburg in the outfield, left to right, eBay, Mosley, and Castillo. In the infield, Jones at third, Harden at short, Henderson at second, Cole Griffith making his home debut. He's at first, and Duff doing the catching. 1-0 to Ankers. Pretty good lead over there at first. Runner does not go. It's lined to second, going for it, spinning, throwing to first in time. Heck of a play over there by Henderson. That ball was trying to find its way to the outfield, but Brooks Henderson, great play out there. And that'll do it for us in the first. 1 run in the inning for Harrisonburg. A solo fly by Clay Thompson. We go to the bottom of the first. We're back after this on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Welcome back to Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the first. Left-hander Jacob Dorn on the mound. 6'5" lefty, 230 out of the University of Miami from Davie, Florida. This is his first outing of the summer, and the lineup he will face for Strasburg. Leading off and playing left, it's Josh eBay. Batting second and playing second, Brooks Henderson. Batting third, Topher Jones, the third baseman. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, it's Tanner Harden. Batting fifth, Eddie Castillo, the right fielder. Batting sixth and playing first, it's Cole Griffith. Batting seventh, Jake McCarter, the DH. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Logan Duff. And batting ninth and playing center, it's Brett Mosley. Josh eBay leading off tonight and playing left field. Both of those a little bit unusual for him this year. First pitch is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Josh eBay out of Stephen F. Austin State, 6'3" righty from Cypress, Texas. Comes in hitting .272 with 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. 0-1, the big lefty deals. That is in there for a strike, 0-2. Quickly 0-2 to Josh eBay. And the lefty deals. Breaking ball popped up, right field, shallow, dropping quickly, and foul. First baseman Schraff tried to jab at it. And fortunately for the Turks, it fell in foul territory. So just a foul ball, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Talked about in the open, Harrisonburg playing well this year. They've been right up there offensively, 3rd in the league in hitting, and in pitching, they're 2nd in the league. So when you're up there in both categories, and then defense, they're 3rd. So overall, they're just a very balanced and well-rounded team. 0-2 again to eBay. And fouled back. Strasburg fell from about 5th in the league in defense down to 9th. They're down to a .944 fielding percentage. They had 20 errors entering the game last night all season and committed 9 in the game. So they now have 29. 0-2 again. 0-2 again to the leadoff man. And eBay takes inside 1-2. Defense tonight for the Harrisonburg Turks behind the left-hander Jacob Dorn, and the outfield anchors in left Thompson and center. And in right it is Garcia. Rapuso at 3rd, Long at short, Evans at 2nd, Schraft at 1st. Lemius is doing the catching. 1-2. Swinging a liner into center. That's going to be down for a base hit. Off the hands, but had enough strength to drop it in there for a base knock, and the Express have their first hit of the game here in the bottom of the inning.
Now batting the second baseman from the University of Maryland, Baltimore, number 4, Brooks Henderson.
Brooks Henderson, the second baseman, will step in. Brooks, a 5'8" righty out of the University of Maryland, Baltimore. From Feasterville, Pennsylvania. And he's off to a good start in his second year with the Express. Small lead at first for eBay. The pitch is fouled back by Henderson. It's 0-1. Henderson 5 for 10 so far. 500 average with 3 RBIs. Strasburg 10-5, second place in the North Division, 1 game behind Woodstock, who are almost done with their game for the day. That is low. They started at 4 o'clock in Covington. And they are leading 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th. So if Woodstock wins that, that'll be 5 in a row for them. Strasburg had their 4-game winning streak snapped last night. 1-1 to Henderson. And a swing and a foul back. I think that got the umpire, 1-2. Might be able to count our attendance tonight on 1 or 2 hands. Don't blame them at all. Temps in the mid-90s. And it's only going to continue on as we go throughout the week. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Henderson with eBay at first. And a liner to left. It's down for a base hit, and it's going to roll all the way and down toward the corner. eBay round second. He's on his way to third. Here's the throw. Not in time. Henderson into second with a double. And the Express have men on second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back hits to start the inning for Strasburg. So a single and then a double. And here is Topher Jones. Jones with yet another good game last night. John Leonard from All Things Valley League, he sent out an email today, and he hasn't been doing it a lot because he's been busy with other things in his life, but he highlighted Topher Jones and said that he's off to about the hottest start that he has ever seen, as that's a ground ball to third. It's going to get a run in. Throw to first is high and off the netting. Jones will reach on the error, and a run scores. It's 1-0. He was thinking about throwing home. The catcher said no, throw it to first, and then by the time he did that, he threw it high, and the run scores.
Shortstop from Wofford, number 9, Tanner Harden.
It'll be an E5 and an RBI for Jones. eBay comes in to score, tying this game up. But coming into the game, Topher Jones hitting .538, 21 for 39, 13 runs scored. He now has 13 RBIs, and he struck out just 5 times in 39 at-bats. So his average will take a little bit of a hit there on the reaching on the air, but the Express will take it as they get on the board and quickly tie it up. So 1-1 our score here. Still nobody out. Men on the corners for Strasburg. Here's Tanner Harden, the shortstop. Harden out of Wofford College, 5'11" lefty from Union, South Carolina. See if Jones wants to take off. They throw to first, a little bit low, but back in safely. Well, there's a rare error for the Harrisonburg Turks. Coming into tonight, just 19 errors on the year, make it 20 there. Woodstock with just 11 errors and 589 chances. That pitch is a strike, 0-1. So the River Bandits, first in the North. They have, I believe, the worst batting average in the entire league. Yet they're still first because of their pitching and defense. Big lead at first for Jones, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, blew it right by Harden. Tanner scuffling a little bit as of late, average down to 292, 5 RBIs on the year. And this is the first left-hander in this Strasburg lineup, just 2 of them today. Harden and Mosley. Swing and a foul. Thought the catcher held on to it. Guess not. And yeah, foul ball, and they're going to charge. Is he going to charge a timeout there for the pitcher having to come out? Yeah, you don't even have to rub pine tar on anymore. You've got it in a bottle. You still can if you want, but soon we'll have an AI dispenser in the dugout. It'll just tell it, hey, we want some pine tar. 0-2 to Harden. Runners at first and third, nobody out. The pitch, runner goes. That is way outside. No throw to second, and Topher Jones steals second base. So that'll eliminate the double play. It was not a great pitch to throw on there for the catcher. He had to go outside the plate, and for a right-hander, tough to throw there. All right, 1-2 to Harden. Infield's playing back. Third baseman about even with the bag. First baseman way back. 1-2. And a chopper to first, and that's going to cost him. The run will come in to score. Hustling to first and calling him out is the base umpire from over towards second base. The run comes in to score. It's 2-1. RBI ground out for Tanner Harden as he put it in play, and the Express add on. So Topher Jones will head to third. That's what I'm talking about there. If he's playing in, that could be a play at the plate, or at least playing even with the bag. Swing and a little nubber off the fist. That is going to be over the leaping second baseman's head into the outfield, and a run will score. RBI single for Castillo, and it's quickly 3-1 Strasburg here in the bottom of the first. Strasburg being very aggressive tonight, and the second jam hit of the inning. We saw eBay lead off the inning with a jam base hit. Doing it again there to make it 3-1. And for Castillo, that is his 6th RBI of the year and his 24th at-bat. Here's Cole Griffith, the first pitch. Breaking ball in there. Griffith, new member of the Express. He is a 6'2" righty out of Georgia State University, out of Sarasota, Florida. 1 for 3 so far on the summer with an RBI. The lefty Dorn checks the runner at first and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Harrisonburg entering play tonight with the third best ERA in the Valley League. Let's see. Correction, the second best at 3.93. First and second, Woodstock and Harrisonburg, and then there's about a whole run difference between the rest of the pack. Griffith grounds one to short. It's softly hit. Long's going to go to second for one. It's thrown away into the outfield. And reaching is Griffith. It'll be another error for the Harrisonburg Turks. They have 2 errors already, and the Express have first and second with 1 out. So another mistake.
From High Point University, number 8, Jake McCarter.
I think it'll be a fielder's choice E6. So the Express continue to threaten here in the first. Here's Jake McCarter, the DH. Jake out of High Point University. He hit a home run here against Charlottesville the other night. Still trying to find the power stroke, but he definitely has it. He showed what he could do during the college season for High Point. That pitch misses, ball 1. Dorn has not thrown badly. I mean, he's only thrown 21 pitches, 16 of those for strikes. But he has gotten hit around a little bit, and the defense hasn't helped. McCarter, tardy on a fastball, 1-1. Be big right here if Jake could drive in a couple of more runs, try to give the Express some breathing room against this dangerous Turks team. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Castillo at second, Griffith at first. A lot of room in right center, and that's down and in, nearly hit him, 2-1. Center fielder Thompson, he's playing center field like he's in Harrisonburg at JMU's field. He's really deep. And there's a reason to be deep on that field. It's 410. 2-1. That's up and in, 3-1. Logan Duff, the catcher, on deck for the Express. A single, a double, an error, RBI ground out, RBI single, and an error here in the inning. McCarter, the 7th man to hit. He's got 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Good hitters count here, 3-1. Fouled back. He was right on it, 3-2. Again, this is the first outing of the summer for Dorn. Probably not too happy with the way the defense has not really supported him to this point. Feels like I'm, in a continuation. 3-2 to McCarter. Runner goes. The pitch is fouled back. Appreciate all the Strasburg fans tuning in to the broadcast last night over in Woodstock. And for those watching tonight, maybe you're watching on Facebook, maybe you're watching on YouTube, just make sure your video quality is up to 1080p, and hopefully the heat won't play any tricks with our internet here this evening. 3-2 again to McCarter. Runner does not go, and it's hit high in the air to left field. Sky high, coming in, anchors. He's going to get there and make the catch. Got under it, and there are 2 outs. That was like a major league pop-up there. Here's Logan Duff, the catcher. This is out of Randolph-Macon.
Randolph-Macon College, number 1, Logan Duff.
So Duff will try to knock in a couple of more runners here for the Express. Runners at first and second. Griffith at first, Castillo at second. The pitch. And that misses. Ball 1. Duff with a home run and a couple of RBIs on the summer. Takes a strike. 6 for 23. His home run was over in Charlottesville. I don't know when the last time Strasburg swept out Charlottesville. Usually it's 1-1. But Charlottesville just still trying to find their footing this year. 1-1. Duff takes way outside. Over the last 6, 8, 10 years, you look at the Valley League, kind of how it's evolved. You've seen really the same teams be the juggernauts. In the South, it's been Harrisonburg and Charlottesville. And then there for a while, Waynesboro had been really good, and they've kind of tapered a little bit, tapered off. And then in the North, Strasburg, since they've gotten into the league, have been good. Woodstock has become good again, 2-1. That is down for a strike, 2-2. Since Mike Bocock arrived with the River Bandits, he's turned them around. The year before he came to the Bandits, they went 5-37. And since then, they've been much more competitive. 2-2 to Duff. Inside, 3-2. Mike Bocock has announced this will be his last season managing the River Bandits, and he's going to focus his time on serving as the head coach of the Central Falcons high school team in Woodstock. But Mike Bocock, a Valley League Hall of Famer and multi-Valley League champion. 3-2 to Duff. Runners will be on the move here. Dorn deals. And that's high, ball 4, and the catcher Duff draws the walk. And the 9th man will come to the plate here, and Brett Mosley, the center fielder. So now I see why they put him in the 9 hole tonight. Bases loaded, yeah. Great at bat, great plate appearance there from Logan Duff. We've got a meeting at the mound. We'll step away briefly and return after this. All right, after the meeting to the mound, Brett Mosley, the center fielder out of Ole Miss, will step in. Brett trying to get off the schneid a little bit here. 6'3" lefty out of Ole Miss. Facing the left-hander here. He did not play in the first matchup against Harrisonburg. Really, since that day when he didn't play that game, he's been scuffling a bit. Trying to come up big here. And he takes strike 1. Mosley, in the first few games of the year, he just couldn't be stopped. He was named the North Division Hitter of the Week. And Strasburg's Topher Jones was named the Hitter of the Week in week number 2. They're a few weeks behind somehow with the way they do that. 0-1 to Mosley. Breaking ball, it's high, 1-1. Brett's average down to 255. He's got 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. He had 4 home runs within his first, I believe, 4 games. Trying to come up with a big hit here with Strasburg leading 3-1 in the first. The 1-1. Fouled back, and he's behind in the count, 1-2. Dorn, 24 strikes, 12 balls. So he's at 36 pitches here in this first inning. Not his fault. Mainly not his fault. He's given up 3 hits, but they should really already be out of this inning. 1-2, Dorn deals. And a liner in the right center, and Mosley drops it in for a base hit. 1 will score, 2 will score. Duff into third, a 2 RBI single for the Ole Miss center fielder Brett Mosley. And the Express lead it 5-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. So Castillo and Griffith both come in to score. More unearned runs coming in for the Express. Duff all the way to third. And a big-time hit. You got to love it if you're Mosley. And we got to make a new column here in the Bob Carpenter scorebook. Back to column number 1. eBay singled earlier in this first inning. Runner goes. The pitch is in the dirt. It gets away, and here comes Duff. Another error. It's 6-1 Strasburg in the bottom of the first. Third error of the first inning for Harrisonburg. Mosley with the stolen base, and then the E2 allowing Duff to come in to score. 6-1 Strasburg. The 1-0 to Josh eBay. And they look to second. So eBay looking for his second hit of the inning. Singled earlier, and he fouls it back. What an inning. You could say that for Harrisonburg too, just not for the same reasons. Harrisonburg 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors. 1-1. Dorn deals. And that is hitting the right, and that should put an end to the inning. And it will. And the Express score 6 runs on 4 hits. There were 3 Harrisonburg errors. They leave a man, and we're through inning number 1. 6-1 Express. We go to the second. We're back after this on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the
DH number 24, Thomas Bly.
top of the second, 6-1 Express, and Bly will lead off against Hank Eaton. And he takes strike 1. So Eaton allowed a run in the first inning, a solo home run by the center fielder Clay Thompson, 0-1. Bly grounds it to the left side, picked up by Harden. Long throw in the hole and in time. Nice play out there at shortstop by Tanner Harden. And that's the first out here in the top of the second.
Much appreciated. Third baseman from Wingate, number 10, Kevin Rapusto.
No, number 7. Number 7.
Correction, one earlier. Number 7, very number 7, 7, Olimas.
All right, here's the 7th hitter. Playing position, number 7, left fielder, 7, Olemius, the catcher. And the pitch. And that's low, ball 1. How cool of a name is that? I wonder if there's an 11th. 1-0, the pitch. Fouled back. 7 is out of the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest University. He's out of the Bronx, New York, 5'9", righty, 195. Again, you look at the schools on this Harrisonburg roster. Wake Forest, Clemson, Florida State, Miami. Samford, ground ball foul. Georgetown, the Hoyas. Count is quickly 1-2. One, two. That is low. Good take there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Hank Eaton winds and deals, and that is a high fly to right field. That's well hit. Castillo looking up, and it is gone. And a home run, the second of the game for the Turks, making it 6-2 here in the top of the second inning.
While he's running around the bases, check your purple admission tickets. If you've got ticket number 151034, you've won a free spot. Take that ticket to the train station.
7 Alamius
151034
with the home run,
Take it to the train station.
and that is his
151034.
I believe his first home run of the year.
Third baseman from Wingate, number 10, Gavin Raposo.
Here's Gavin Raposo. Raposo hitting .317. So the lead down to 4. The pitch. And a strike called, 0-1. And a pitch in there from Eaton. It's quickly 0-2. So again, Harrisonburg, a team that they're not in a home run friendly ballpark, so when they come here, they like the opportunity to swing the bats, and they've already taken advantage with 2 home runs to this point. 0-2, swing and a miss. He clearly went around. And a strikeout for Hank Eaton. That is his second punch out of the game here with 2 outs in the top of the second.
The right fielder from Gulf Coast Community College, number 13, Philip Garcia.
Here's Philip Garcia. Garcia out of Gulf Coast Community College, 5'10" right-hander out of Tallahassee, Florida. The pitch, that is a strike. Oh, won the count. Harrisonburg with a run in the inning. Swing and a miss. And getting ahead again is 0-2. Is Eaton 0-2. Oh, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Hank Eaton looking to get the punch out again. And he fires outside 1-2. Well, we've seen our fair share of hits so far in this game and runs. 8 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors. All 3 coming by the Turks. 1-2, struck him out on a breaking ball out of the zone, and that'll do it for Harrisonburg in the second. A home run by 7 Alamius, cutting the lead to 4. 6-2 Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the second on the Express Baseball Network. 6-2 Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the second, and a new pitcher coming into the game for Harrisonburg. It's the left-hander Matt Hogue. Hogue out of Pasco Hernando Community College, 6'4" left-hander. And he will face 2, 3, 4 in this Strasburg lineup. Henderson, Jones, Harden, the pitch. Way outside, ball 1. Final line for the Harrisonburg starter, Dorn. He goes 1 inning, 4 hits, 6 runs. 2 of those were earned. He walked 1 and didn't strike anybody out. Henderson takes low, 2-0. Brooks with a base hit, make it a double his last time up, back in first inning. And a liner into right, base hit. And he is halfway to the cycle in 2 innings. A single and a double for Brooks Henderson.
151006. You've won this inning's freeze pop purple ticket. 151006. Take it to the train station. Now batting third base with number 17, Topher Jones.
Topher Jones will step in. It's the 5th hit already for Strasburg. Numbers on the year for Hogue. He's thrown 4 innings. He has 3 strikeouts and an ERA of 11.25. The pitch to Topher. Outside, ball 1. Topher with an RBI, reached on an RBI, on an error his first time up. Came around, stole second, and then scored. Jones entering play with a .538 batting average. He's now 21 for 40. And just missing, 2-0. Topher out of Pearl River Community College. And he's in a dangerous count. He hit a home run last night in Woodstock. Hitters count here to try to do it again. And ball 3, tad bit outside. Well, the LSU Tigers pulled off the College World Series championship, knocking off Coastal Carolina. Heck of a battle again for Coastal this year. 3-0. And that's a strike. (3-1). And the pitch, runner goes, big jump. It's in the dirt, ball 4, balls to the backstop, but holding it second after the walk. So first and second, nobody out.
Today's 3-1, so they'll have a rubber match for the College World Series championship, I guess, tomorrow.
LSU won 5-3.
Strike that. LSU won 5-3. That's it.
It's over. It's over. Yeah.
And it's over. Except for that, we were right.
LSU won 1-0.
So first and second.
Number 9, Tanner Harden.
So Tanner Harden will try to continue to help Strasburg add on here in the bottom of the second inning. A single and then a walk after the new pitcher, Matt Hogue, entered the game. Big jump, runner goes from second. That is a strike, and no one was covering second. It'll be a double steal. How about that jump by Brooks Henderson out there at second base? I don't know if the pitcher even paid any attention to him. But Harden does the right thing and takes the pitch, and now 2 more in scoring position with nobody out here in this second inning for the Express. Tanner, RBI ground out his first time up. He hit it to the right side, nearly beat the hustling first baseman Schraff to the bag. Base hit, could probably score a couple more here. 0-1. And that's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner out of Wofford College, facing the lefty out of Pasco Hernando. 1-1. And that's low, ball 2. Got to give credit to Hogue, though. He's not missing by a lot, but he is missing. And Strasburg with some nice plate discipline, taking pitches out of the zone. This Strasburg team, they can swing the bats. No question about that. 2-1. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. Eddie Castillo, the right fielder's on deck. He singled in a run his only time up. Came around to score all the way back last inning. First pitch tonight, 6:03. We play here with nobody out in the second. 2-2. And Harden takes down and in, 3-2 the count. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Express. 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Harrisonburg Turks. And if you're Strasburg, you've got to continue to add on because this Harrisonburg team can swing it as well. Very dangerous offensively. 3-2, payoff pitch, lefty-lefty. And a ground ball to second. It's going to get another run in. Throw to first is nearly thrown away, but nice stretch by the 6'5" first baseman to hold on to it. The run scores at 7-2, and moving to third
Eddie Castillo.
is Topher Jones. So another productive AB there from Tanner Harden. So he's the first out in the first inning and the first out in the second inning, both times with RBIs. Here's Castillo. He takes down and away to the backstop. After we saw all those runs score against Charlottesville going to the backstop, I don't know if we'll see another one the rest of the year. I think I jinxed that into happening after saying it hadn't happened in a long time. We saw, what, 2 or 3 in one inning? Now, it helped that every pitch was being thrown back there. But 1-0 to Castillo. Swing. Fly ball to center. Getting back there. Leaping and not making the catch. Thompson misplayed it. And it's a double for Castillo. He came in too far and it went right over his head. And the defensive issues continue for the Turks. 8-2. RBI double for Eddie. He's halfway to the cycle, a single and a double.
First baseman number 21, Cole Griffith.
Wow, that's just a bad luck play there for the pitcher, Hogue. It was well hit. You could almost tell that he came in a little bit too much right off the bat. All right, here's Griffith, runner at second, 1 out. And he takes a breaking ball outside. Hogue is just continuing to throw, or is continuing to fall behind and having to try to get back into counts. Castillo now hitting 400 after that hit. 1-0. Griffith reached on an error last time. Down and in, 2-0. 8-2 our score here. We're just in the bottom of the second inning. Harrisonburg 2 solo home runs, and for Strasburg, they've done all sorts of things out here. Still haven't hit a home run yet tonight. They lead the league by a wide margin in the home run department. Strasburg has 23 home runs, 8 more than the second place team. Griffith drives one, right field and deep, and that is gone. Home run. Right on cue. 2-0 count, and Griffith hits a 2-run home run and makes it 10-2 Strasburg here in the bottom of the second inning. And for the Express, their 24th home run of the season. Took it to the opposite field. Some serious power there from Griffith. So a 2-run dinger for him. Visit to the mound. And we will be right back on the Express Baseball Network. All right, here is Jake McCarter after the visit to the mound. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 with 1 out. Jake McCarter flew out to left. He just got under it last time. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 10-2 our score. 6 in the first, 4 in the second, and now time is called. Home plate umpire saying you can only have one player standing outside the fence or the gate. Lefty Hogue sets and deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Foul tip held on to, and there are 2 outs. Brings up Logan Duff. What are the odds? The first out and the second out were both committed by the same people in consecutive innings. Harden the first out in the first and the second. McCarter the second out in the first and the second. How crazy is that? Duff the batter takes ball 1. That means we're going to have to get back up to the top for eBay. But he got a single and got out in the first inning. Seeing some weird things so far tonight. 1-0 to the catcher, Logan Duff. And he takes down and in, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And Duff takes a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-1. Duff takes in the dirt, 3-1. Brett Mosley on deck. Think about how big that hit was from Mosley in the first inning with 2 outs and a lefty-lefty matchup and 2 strikes. Muscled that base hit into right field to really continue to add on, putting 2 more runs on the board. It would have been a 4-run inning had it not been for that. Or a 3-run inning. Duff will walk his first time up and a swing and a line drive into right, and that's going to be caught. So he lines out to right for out number 3 here in the second. But not before Strasburg scores 4 more runs, capped off by a 2-run home run by Cole Griffith. Strasburg 10, Harrisonburg 2. We go to the third, back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Kyle Guttraw with you from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia, here on the 22nd of June in 2025. The Strasburg Express lead the Harrisonburg Turks 10-2. As we go to the top of the third, it'll be 1, 2, 3, Jalen Evans, Clay Thompson, and Ty Long. Jalen Evans struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. He swings and grounds one to the left side. That's going to be fielded by Jones. He spins, he throws, and gets him. Great defensive play on the left side of the infield so far today. Tanner Harden, and then right there, Topher Jones, as they get the speedy Evans for the first out here in the third.
Center fielder, number 15, Clay Thompson.
Here's Clay Thompson. He hit a home run to left his only time up. I think back throughout the years that I've been with the Express, which about over the last 9 or 10 years, that play right there makes me think of 2 third basemen in particular. The first pitch is a strike. Ryan Galaney, who was drafted and is playing professionally in the minor leagues right now, and Zach Scott, I think was his name. Very good defensive third baseman. 0-1, strike 2, 0-2. Galaney was a member of the 2021 championship team when Rhett Lauder and some other great ball players were here. 0-2, and that's in the dirt. That 2021 team, the league in general, that might have been the peak of the Valley League that year. Wyatt Langford played for Charlottesville. You had 2 Valley Leaguers go in like the top 5 or top 10. Langford to the Rangers, Lauder to the Reds. 1-2, and a swing, and oh, Duff couldn't hold on. Thought he held on to it, but it popped out of the glove, 1-2. And overall, just a lot of great talent from top to bottom. Strasburg went undefeated in the postseason that year. They went 6-0. Great team. 1-2. And a ground ball to third. Jones is going to have to wait back on it. This is a long throw across the diamond, and just in time. Good hustle down the line by Clay Thompson. But Jones with the long throw gets him for the second out. So this has been the Topher Jones inning, and usually we say that on offense, but we're saying it on defense so far here tonight. Ty Long, the shortstop, lined out to center his first time up. He hit it to right center field. Mosley had to hustle to his left to get there. And he's swinging first pitch. Harrisonburg suddenly in swing mode, 0-1. They have 3 hits. 2 of them have left the ballpark. Solo home run by Thompson in the first. Solo home run by Seven Alemius in the second. And a broken back grounder up the middle. Charging Henderson. Scoops, can't get the ball out of his glove. Throw to first, not in time.
First baseman, number 33, Jackson Schratt.
All right, first error of the game for the Express. Next pitch, ground ball to first by Schraft. Fielded by Griffith, tagged the bag, and the inning is over. No runs for the Turks. We go to the bottom of the third, 10-2 Strasburg. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. 1-0 count here in the bottom of the third inning. Strasburg up 10-2, and they are sending up 9-1 and 2 Mosley, eBay, and Henderson. Well, the left-hander Matt Hogue is still on the mound. He will start his second inning of work after allowing 4 earned runs last half inning. Mosley 1 for 1, 2 RBI, single, stole second, and he drives one into right field on the line, base hit. He's 2 for 2. And yes, the line drive swing for Mosley is back. That is hit number 8 of the game for the Express. Here's eBay for the third time. He's 1 for 2. Single and a run scored in the first, line out in the first. Ground ball to third, past the diving third baseman into left field. He hit it hard. His second hit of the game, second hit of the inning for the Express. And they have first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Brings Brooks Henderson to the plate. He's halfway to the cycle already. Hitting for the third time in 3 innings. He's got a single, a double, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Now the triple here, the only scenarios you really have, you hit it to center, the guy dives for it, it gets past him, or you hit into the corner. And we hope that the scorekeeper goes straight triple, not a double and an E9 or something like that.
There's nobody out, by the way.
So Brooks Henderson out of UMBC. I think this is the same UMBC that beat UVA in the college basketball tournament that year. The 16 seed. The pitch. And that's a strike. UMBC is all Virginia Tech second. They're Virginia Tech's second favorite team. If you're a fan of the Hokies, you love UMBC for what they did to the Cavaliers that year. But Virginia did get revenge and eventually won the thing. 0-1. And that's strike 2. Led by Tony Bennett, who stepped away from the game, I think primarily because of the NIL situation going on. 0-2 to Henderson. And that's down and in, blocked nicely by Alimas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 10 runs on 9 hits so far with nobody out in the third inning. The pitch. Down and into the backstop. That's a wild pitch, and runners will move up to second and third now with still nobody out. Appreciate everyone joining us. Don't blame you if you're not here at the ballpark. Sitting in your living room, air-conditioned living room in the recliner, 71 degrees, much more comfortable than the 95 that we're dealing with right now. 2-2, and that's outside, 3-2. Some will say 71's chilly. Some will say it's too warm. Counts full, 3-2 to Henderson. Hogue sets and deals, and that is a ground ball to the left side. Runners are not going to be able to move up. Throw to first is in time, and that's the first out here in the third inning. So Henderson grounds out, and it brings Jones to the plate. Here's a question. Do you put him on first? Do you intentionally walk him here? You've got the lefty on deck. You've got the base open. I think you put him on. I know it's 10-2. Yeah. So Jones is going to try to make him pay for not putting him on. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. Jones has been on twice tonight. 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, an RBI, a walk, and he reached on an error. Hogue sets and deals. Ground ball to the left side. It's again going to be gobbled up and thrown to first. 2 outs now. So back-to-back ground outs to third with runners at second and third and nobody out. Now Tanner Harden, who is 0 for 2, is going to have to come up with a hit here for the Express. As well as the Express have played tonight with runners in scoring position, this would be a rare 0 for 3 if they can't get it done. Harden 0 for 2, but he does have 2 RBIs. Both have been ground balls to the right side. See if he'll try to take it the other way here. And he hits it up the middle. It's a base hit. Harden comes up with the knock. 2 runs are going to score. Big turnaround first for Harden. He's got 4 RBIs, a 2 RBI single with 2 outs. And the Turks were oh so close to getting out of it, but they cannot get it done. 12-2 here in the third inning. 10 hits now. Harden with his first hit of the game. It's pretty rare to have 4 RBIs, only being 1 for 3 in the third inning. Here's Castillo. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, and he takes a little bit low, ball 1. Be something if Castillo could pop one here and really continue the floodgates breaking open here. Swing and a fly ball down the left field line. It's foul. Man, it's like they're listening to me tonight. Griffith and now Castillo trying to get one out of here. One runner goes. The pitch is in the dirt and no throw. It'll be a stolen base for Tanner Harden. Let's see, for Strasburg tonight, stolen base wise, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got that at 5 unofficially. 5 stolen bases to this point. 2 outs here, bottom of the third. Strasburg up 12-2. Castillo, a single and a double. Big lead at second. The runner goes. Pitches way outside to the backstop. And there's another stolen base. Three 3-1 to Eddie Castillo. Inside, ball 4. And the inning will continue. Third time he's been aboard. And it brings Cole Griffith to the plate. Don't know what the Turks, I mean, they already burned their starter after an inning. Hogue is out here. I think he's just going to have to kind of wear one at this point. And, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of game to go here. Griffith, a 2-run home run his last time up in a 2-0 count. He took it to the opposite field and knocked it out of the park. The pitch. That's low, ball 1. Again, Hogue is falling behind. Griffith, the catcher out of Georgia State University. I believe they're in the Sun Belt. Teams like Troy and James Madison, Coastal Carolina. Swinging a ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to do it all this inning. 5-3 on the put out, and the inning is over. But Strasburg adds on again, and they lead it 12-2 as we're through 3 and off to the 4th. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the top of the fourth. Strasburg leading 12-2, and Harrisonburg sends up Anchors, Bly, and Alemus. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Owen Anchors, the left fielder out of Clemson, the Tigers, ground out to second, his only time up. Hank Eaton back to the mound. The pitch is outside, ball one. And Eaton misses off the plate. One thing you got to think about for Hank Eaton is he sat around a lot in this game waiting to pitch. That inning not as long as some of the others, I guess, but still, it plays a factor. Not missing by a lot, 3-1. Well, he's in danger of doing the unthinkable here. It'd be his first of the game. 3 balls and 1 strike to the Harrisonburg leadoff man here in this fourth inning. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul territory. eBay has room. He's going after it, and he nearly overran it. His glove nearly went all the way to the ground as he was catching that ball, but he held on to it. And he gets the Web Gem music on a routine pop-up. All right, so a foul out, I should say, in foul territory. Here's Thomas Bly, ground out to second, his only time up. This is the first game I've seen, I think we've seen eBay in the outfield. The pitch. 1-0. The count to Thomas Bly, the designated hitter tonight for Harrisonburg. He's out of St. John's River State College, and he takes a strike. 6'4" righty, 215 out of Tampa, Florida. So the Florida trend continues. A lot of Florida on this team. Yeah, this is natural weather for them. 1-1. Fly ball in the infield. It's going to drift to the edge of second base. Now Henderson comes sprinting and still coming in. He can't make the catch. Don't know what happened there. The wind just swallowed that baseball, but he came sprinting in and couldn't get to it. That'll be scored a base hit. And the 4th hit of the game for the Turks.
Now batting the catcher, number 7, Alemus.
Off the bat, it looked like that was just going to be a routine pop-up the way he was coming in, and then it just Huh. Don't know what happened there. All right. Here is Seven Alemius. He had a home run his first time up. It was his first of the year. The pitch. That's in there. Strike one. 7 in the 7 hole. Position number 7, wearing number 7. And his home run went to number 7, left field. That's outside. Seven letters in his last name. 1-1 the count, the pitch. And that is a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 hit in the inning for the Turks on a pop-up in the infield. Looked like it was going to be routine, but Henderson somehow couldn't get there, and then the first baseman, Griffith, didn't really go after it, so it was a base hit. 1-2, and a foul back. He was late, still 1-2. A lot of ACC talent in this Harrisonburg Turks lineup. One, two. And a high fly to left center. He got under it. eBay going back, but it's going to be Mosley's ball. And there are 2 outs on the fly out. 2 outs now for Harrisonburg for their third baseman.
Now batting third baseman, number 10, Gavin Corbuso.
So Corbuso will step back in for the second time tonight. Struck out swinging back in inning number 2. Eaton will check the runner at first. Not much of a lead over there. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Tomorrow the Express will be off. Even though games need to be made up, I think there are other conflicts with other teams, so the Express will be idle tomorrow. 0-1. That is in there again, 0-2. Week ahead for Strasburg, off tomorrow at Purcellville Tuesday. Back here Wednesday against Front Royal, at Winchester Thursday, and then we're here against Purcellville Friday, Newmarket on Saturday. 0-2, and a foul back, just getting a piece of it there, was Corbuso. Eaton looking for a punch out here, and he will get a pop out of play.
Please return all foul balls to the train station. In exchange, you'll get a gorgeously cold freeze pop.
Some scores around Major League Baseball today. The Yankees beat the Orioles 4-2. Tigers beat Tampa Bay 9-3. The Pirates beat the Rangers 8-3. White Sox over the Blue Jays 4-2. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. And another punch out for Hank Eaton. He's through 4 innings of 2-run ball. And Strasburg will come back to the batter's box for the 4th time tonight, leading 12-2. New pitcher for the Turks. We'll tell you about him right after this. Back to Strasburg, we go to the bottom of the fourth. New pitcher, Charlie Hendricks, taking over for the Harrisonburg Turks. He is out of the Hoyas of Georgetown. Out of Tucker, Georgia, 6'1" righty, 165, and he will come in here with his team trailing 12-2. Jake McCarter, the batter, and he hits one sharply to short, fielded by Long. His thrown to first is in time. One pitch, one out here in the fourth inning. So Hendricks gets the out. Charlie has thrown some serious innings so far. 17 and now 17 2/3. He has 15 strikeouts, an ERA of 6.23. Logan Duff will step in. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, along with a line out. Strasburg 6 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third, leading 12-2. The pitch. That's in there, strike one. Hendricks goes over his arms over his head when he delivers the baseball, works from the windup. Shakes off a sign. Sees one he likes. The 0-1. Fouled back. Yeah, you don't see too many guys do that anymore. I know Scherzer does it when he's available to pitch, when he's not injured. Who else does it? I have to think. More than we think, I'm sure. And a breaking ball cued into left. That's going to be down for a base hit. That looked like a knuckleball. And Duff drops it in for his first hit of the game. 0-2, it was left up, and Duff able to muscle it into left. 11th hit of the game for the Express, and here's Brett Mosley, 2 for 2, 2 really good swings tonight. 2 RBIs and a stolen base. And he gets to face a right-hander this time. The pitch. That's down and in, ball one. Temp is still up there as we near the 7:30 mark time-wise in this game. Not game time, but time on the clock. 92 degrees. Feels like temperature 101. And he hits it in the air, but he got under it. Moving to the right is Thompson. He's going to get under it and make the catch, and there are 2 outs. So Mosley just gets under it for the second out. Line up back to the top. eBay will bat for the 4th time in as many innings. And tomorrow there is an extreme heat warning in effect from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Extreme heat warning. Heat index values up to 104. That's for the regular heat advisory, but for the extra or the extreme, up to 107. That pitch is a ball 1-0. Drink plenty of fluids. stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. 1-0, and a check swing grounder to the mound. That's going to be fielded and thrown to first. In time, 1-3 on the putout, and the Express scoreless for the first time tonight. We're through 4 and off to the 5th, a 12-2 Strasburg. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. (12-2) Strasburg as we go to the top of the 5th. New pitcher for the Express, the right-hander John Gray, and his first pitch is swung on and missed by Philip Garcia. It's 0-1. John Gray, 6'5" right-hander out of Wofford College. He hails from Wilmington, Delaware. And he will face 9-1-2 Garcia, Evans, and Thompson here for the Turks, half of the 5th. 0-1. Falls off the mound and throws a strike, 0-2. Numbers for Gray on the season, 8 innings, 13 strikeouts, and a 3.38 ERA. He's quickly ahead 0-2 as he comes set and crouches down and delivers. That's outside. Kind of falling off there a little awkwardly. 1-2. Final score, Woodstock defeats Covington 6-4, so the River Bandits winning streak continues. They're up to 5, and they'll maintain a lead in the North Division regardless of the outcome here tonight. 1-2. Fastball, nope, breaking ball, called strike 3. Took a little bit off of it there and found the strike zone according to the home plate umpire. So Garcia has struck out for the second time tonight.
Top of the order, second baseman, number 3, Jalen Evans.
The 8-9 hitters tonight for Harrisonburg are combined 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Top of the lineup, here's Jalen Evans. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Garcia not happy at all about that call. He's back into the dugout, frustrated. The pitch is outside, ball one. Turks with 2 runs in the first 2 innings. Solo home runs by Clay Thompson and 7 Alemius. Swing and a miss. Fooled him. It is 1-1. The 1-1. Liner to second over the leaping head of the second baseman, over the leaping glove of the second baseman. Henderson into right center. It'll be a 1-out base hit for the leadoff man, Jalen Evans, and the Turks have their 5th hit of the game.
Number 15, Clay Thompson.
Brings Clay Thompson to the plate. His head was leaping, glove was leaping, his legs were leaping, everything. That was hit hard, and Henderson 5'8", so he's not able to get all those balls above his head. All right, Thompson steps in. He swings and hits one in the center. It's down for a base hit, and runner holds at second. So back-to-back hits here off of the right-hander, John Gray, and the Turks have first and second with 1 out here in the 5th. Second hit for Thompson as it brings up Ty Long.
Shortstop, number 18, Ty Long.
Last thing you want to do for if you're the Express is allow Harrisonburg to start to claw back here. You want to try to maintain this 10-run advantage and add on. Both teams scoreless in the 4th, but Harrisonburg in business here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Long was sitting on the heater and got the breaking ball, 0-1. Other games around the league tonight, Culpeper leading Front Royal 5-3 in the 5th. Cardinals are really on a skid right now. I think they've lost 5 or 6 in a row. 0-1. Breaking ball hit up the middle. That's going to be a soft base hit, and it's going to score a run. No, it's not. They hold the runner. Okay. Bases loaded, still 1 out. That's the 7th hit now for Harrisonburg.
First baseman, number 33, Jackson Schraft.
Back-to-back-to-back hits here for Jackson Schraff, the first baseman. He's 1 for 2. Newmarket leads Charlottesville 2-0, bottom of the 2nd. Winchester on top of Waynesboro 5-0 in the 2nd. And Percival Stanton scoreless in the 1st. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight here on the 22nd of June in 2025. North versus South battle tonight. Strasburg out of the North with a record of 10-5. Harrisonburg leading the South with a record of 12-5. All right, bases loaded here. You don't want to give up the big hit. Back-to-back-to-back singles after the strikeout to start the inning. Swing and a miss, 0-1. I think if I'm Gray here, I keep throwing that one because the Turks are going after it. Some type of a breaking ball down in the ground. Can't get hurt down there. Seems like they're on his fastball a little bit, though. He comes set, and the 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1. So Harrisonburg only getting out hit now 12-7, but trailing 12-2 on the scoreboard. 1-1. Breaking ball misses, 2-1. Final line for the starter, Hank Eaton, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both were earned. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 4. Solid outing for the right-hander, Hank Eaton out of Pearl River Community College. 2-1. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. Again, Gray entering this appearance, 13 strikeouts in 8 innings, but 9 hits allowed in the 8 innings. He's allowed 3 more here in this inning. Does have a strikeout. The tall righty sets and deals. And that is crushed to left field and deep, and it is foul. And a warning shot swing there by the first baseman for the Turks. Jackson Schraft. Just a long foul ball, still 2-2. And he gets hit. And a run scores, it's 12-3. Painful RBI there for Schraft. Visit to the mound. We'll be right back. All right, so a hit by pitch brings in a run to make it a 9-run game and brings Owen Anchors to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a foul out. Base is still loaded, 1 out. Swinging a ground ball right side. They're going to get an out on the play. Henderson's going to second with it for some reason. And 2 runs are going to score. It's 12-5. And no outs are recorded. Not sure what Brooks was thinking there, but costly. And allowing Harrisonburg to inch back closer here. 12-5 the score and still 1 out. That is the second error of the game for the Express. So here's Bly. He's 1 for 2, and he swings and misses 0-1. So 3 runs in the inning. Strasburg's 10-run lead is gone. And now they're going to have to try to get some outs here and then get back to hitting. Will be credited with 1 RBI there for Anchors on the Fielder's Choice E4, 0-1. And that's in there. So quickly 0-2. And that's in the dirt. Picked nicely there from Duff. This inning started with a strikeout. Single, single, single. Bases loaded, hit by pitch. Fielder's Choice E4. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. They're going to go to second for 1. Back to first. Henderson dropped it on the exchange. There's 2 outs. Runners at first and third now. So they do get the second out, which felt very far away until they get it right there. So Bly reaches. Anchors is erased on the Fielder's Choice, and here's 7. Alemius, 1 for 2. Home run back into second, and he just missed one last time. If he puts a good swing on it and makes it 12-8, then we're really going to have ourselves a game here. Gray just needs to get outs, and the pitch is hit in the air to right. It's deep, and it is going to stay in the park just barely. Just missing the home run. Castillo at the wall makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs for Harrisonburg. Strasburg's lead down to 7. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, things have gotten a little bit tighter. 12-5 the score going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brooks Henderson will lead off, and the first pitch is fouled into the glove of the catcher 0-1. 2, 3, 4, Henderson, Jones, and Harden due up here in the inning. The righty Charlie Hendricks back to the mound for inning number 2. He got Strasburg, held him scoreless last inning, breaking ball high, 1-1. Gave up a hit to Duff last half inning on an 0-2 breaking ball that was a little bit up. Catcher, something to say there to the home plate umpire, 7 Alemius. Henderson is 2 for 3. Breaking ball hit the short. Long is there, and he will throw him out. And there's one out here in the 5th. So they've gone to Hendricks, and he's kind of slammed the door so far. Here's Topher Jones. Well, Jones is 0 for so far tonight. Rare occurrence for him. Jones with a RBI in the first, walk in the second, grounded out in the third with runners at second and third. And he lines one into right. It's a base hit. And there's that first hit for the Strasburg third baseman, Topher Jones. So Topher now 1 for 3 today, and it brings up Tanner Harden. Harden with a 2-out, 2 RBI single back in the third. 12-5 our score here in the bottom of the 5th. Thank you for joining us. And for the Express, that is their 12th hit of the game. Make it their, 12th hit of the game. Tanner Harden bats, and he hits one to second sharply. This should be 2. We go to second for 1, back to first, double play. 3 hard-hit balls for the Express, but a quick inning, 4-6-3, and that'll end it in the 5th. So Hendricks faces the minimum in the 5th. We're off to the 6th. Strasburg leading 12-5. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Twelve to 5 Strasburg. We go to the top of the 6th. Turks will send up 8, 9, and 1. Grapuso, Garcia, and Evans against the new pitcher, Judd Hildreth. So Hildreth will take over, and his first pitch is outside, ball 1. Numbers on the summer for Hildreth coming up in just a moment. Grapuso 2 strikeouts, and it's quickly 2-0. Hildreth 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, and a 1.50 ERA, but he's behind here 2-0. Grapuso hitless so far this year against him, and 3-0. Final line for Gray for the Express. He goes an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 1. 3-0. And that is low, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to start the 6th. Brings up Philip Garcia.
Fielder number 13, Philip Garcia.
Absolute last thing you want to do is allow the Turks to start clawing back here. They already did it last half inning.
22.
And they're going to go to a pinch hitter here.
Pinch hitting from San Jacinto College North, number 22, Roman Trinidad.
So Roman Trinidad out of San Jacinto College North, out of Emerald Hills, California, will step in. The left-hander here against the righty Hildreth. So Philip Garcia is pulled back, and outside ball 1. That is 5 in a row out of the zone. One 0. 2-0. Strasburg was up 10 runs. Now they're up 7 and might be in some trouble in this inning. 3-0. Hildreth misses again. Top of the lineup is next, and this is not what you want to be doing here if you're the Express. Again, I've talked about it. The Turks can hit, and you allow a team back in like them, you're going to have a sick feeling at the end of the night after having a big lead. Let's hope that doesn't happen for Strasburg's sake. 3-0. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the inning, and the top of the lineup's up for the Turks.
Second baseman, number 3, Jalen Evans.
So a double leadoff walk. Usually that means double the damage. Evans will bat. He's 1 for 3, singled and scored last time. Hildreth, great numbers really coming into this game, but all right, Evans the batter. What if he laid one down here to shock everybody? And there's a strike. First pitch, Hildreth has found the zone in on. 0-1. 0-1 the count. Checking the runner at second and deals. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-2. So Evans behind 0-2 with Clay Thompson on deck. He's been good tonight, 2 for 3 with a home run his first time up. 12-5 our score here, top 6, but the Turks threatening first and second, nobody out. Hildreth way ahead in the count. And a breaking ball, just getting a piece of it. Another nasty breaking ball. Jalen Evans out of Wingate. Some would say Wingate. I would say Wingate. See if he can finish him off. 0-2. And a number off the hands. It's going to be fielded at first by Griffith. He'll take it himself to the bag. 3 unassisted. He does get the runners over to second and third, so it plays like a sacrifice. And there's 1 out. So he had him 0-2, and nice piece of hitting by Evans, at least putting it in play. So now Clay Thompson, a base hit, can make this a 12-7 game. Or a home run could make it a 12-8 game. The pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike one. Hildreth continues to snap off that breaking ball, and he has found the strike zone again, 0-1. And a high fly to left, eBay backing up, and it is gone. And a 3-run home run makes it 12-8 here in the top of the 6th. Double leadoff walk comes back to bite the Express. Second home run of the game for Clay Thompson, 3rd hit overall. So we've got ourselves a game now. So 1 out here for Ty Long. He is 1 for 3. And that's a strike. And now you look in the Harrisonburg dugout, they've got guys standing up, and that's, you've allowed them to get back into this game, which is a big mistake. That misses 1-1. From down 12-2 to now 12-8. 6 unanswered for the Turks. 1-1. Breaking ball hits softly to short. It's going to be a tough play. Quick throw in time. Good play over there at short by Tanner Harden. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs now for Jackson Schraff, the first baseman. He is 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded last inning. Strasburg, they have gone scoreless the last 2 innings, with Harrisonburg scoring 3 in the 5th and now 3 in the 6th. So the Express are going to have to come back out and try to get to Charlie Hendricks, who has only allowed a couple of hits so far and no runs. Breaking ball in there again, 0-1. And it's 0-2. The 0-2. Breaking ball struck him out swinging. And a strikeout to end the inning, but 3 runs across for Harrisonburg. They're back in this thing. Second home run of the game for Clay Thompson. It's 12-8 as we go to the bottom of the 6th on the Express Baseball Network. To 8, Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Harrisonburg 3 runs in the 5th and in the 6th. So Strasburg's got to get some hitting going here and get that lead built back up a little bit. First pitch to Castillo. Eddie is 2 for 2. Walked his last time up. He has a single and a double, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. 0-1. Fouled back quickly, 0-2. Hendricks has allowed some hard contact, but only a couple of hits, no runs so far. It'll be Castillo, Griffith, and McCarter. 5, 6, 7 due up here. And that is low, 1 and 2. 12 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors. 12 hits for the Express. 12 hits and 2 errors. 8 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Turks. 1-2. And a breaking ball, foul. A lot of these Express hitters are way out in front against Hendricks. He's got a slow breaking ball. I don't know what. The pitch to Duff looked like a knuckleball, but it could be some type of a ephus. He kicks and deals. And a fastball hit into right center. That is deep, and that is going to bounce into the wall. It's the 13th hit of the game. That was the second double of the game for Castillo. He is 3 for 3, and he continues to swing a hot bat for the Express.
First baseman, number 21, Cole Griffith.
There were 13 hits on the scoreboard for a while, and it was just because it was meant to be. So leadoff double for Castillo, his third hit in 3 tries. Here's Cole Griffith. He had a 2-run home run back in the second, grounded out to third, back in the third. Hendricks sets and delivers. That's outside, ball 1. Express have not scored since the third inning. They scored 6 in the first with 3 errors piled in there. 4 in the second, 2 in the third. Nothing in the fourth or the fifth. The 1-0. That is in there. Fastball top of the zone, called strike 1-1. Make sure you're with us over the next inning or so. We'll get to some baseball history on this day in baseball history, June 22nd. 1-1. Hendricks checks the runner at second. Long set and the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and that's a foul ball, 1-2. You'd really like to get him over here if you're Griffith. Try to get that runner to third with less than 1 out. One ball, 2 strikes to the Georgia State catcher. And that is called ball 2, 2-2. On this day in baseball history, 1908, Honus Wagner gets his 2000th hit in the 8th inning against Jake Weimer of the Reds. Wagner makes an error when he is struck on the finger in the first inning. 2-2, runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw is into the outfield. They're going to call interference here on the batter. They're going to call interference. Or are they? So the pitch was a ball. Now, is he going to be out? Okay.
3-2. Thank you.
So 3-2, the batter is not out. That's interesting. Okay. So Castillo got to go back to second. Ball was thrown into the outfield. It would have been a run, but instead 3-2, he has to go back. And now ball 4 just off the plate. First and second, nobody out now for the Express. And it brings up Jake McCarter looking for his first hit of the game.
Now batting the DH, number 8, Jake McCarter.
Do you put down the bunt here? And pitcher will step off. Today in 1930, Babe Ruth ties a major league record by hitting 5 home runs in 2 games and 6 homers in 3 games. First pitch to McCarter. We'll see if he shows. He does not, and he swings and fouls it off. Strike 1. Today in 1932, the National League at a meeting of club presidents finally approves players wearing numbers on their jerseys. The American League had started that practice in 1929. Back when the leagues were so different, the 01. Ground ball left side. It's a base hit. It's going to slip through the vacant hole on the left side. McCarter has his first hit of the game, and the Express have the bases loaded with nobody out for Logan Duff.
007, you got a free spot waiting for you. 151007. Take it to the train station. Now batting the catcher, number 1, Logan Duff.
Corners are going to play in. Middle infielders are going to play back, according to the Turks dugout. Duff is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. 14 hits for the Express. Bases full, nobody out. And Duff fouls it off, 0-1. Hendricks has allowed some hard contact. In this inning, the Express are trying to finally cash in. Turks trying to limit damage. Breaking ball hit back to the mound. They're going to get an out at the plate. Throw to first, a double play. And there are 2 outs. So a 1-2-3 double play. It's the last thing the Express were looking for.
Center fielder, number 40.
Castillo out at the plate. Duff out at first. So now second and third with 2 outs. That's a huge momentum play for the Turks. And here's Mosley. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. He's batting in the 9 hole tonight, and this could be another big opportunity for him to cash in. Takes ball 1. Huge double play there. Today, 1998, Florida outfielder Mark Kotze gets 5 hits in the Marlins' 12-inning, 3-2 win over Tampa Bay. 1-0 is ball 2. Dangerous count here, 2-0 to Brett Mosley, the center fielder. And a liner up the middle that's going to be stopped. The second baseman fires perfectly to first. What a play by Evans. Strasburg loads the bases with nobody out and cannot score, and the Turks continue to build their momentum here, trailing by 4, 12-8 as we go to the 7th. 12-8 Strasburg. As we go to the top of the 7th, Turks have scored 3. Turks have scored 6 over the last 2 innings. Strasburg haven't scored since the 3rd, and they loaded the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th and couldn't score again. So the momentum has shifted away from them a bit. New pitcher for Strasburg, Davis Budd. And the first pitch from Budd misses, ball 1. It'll be Anchors, Bly, and Alemius here for Harrisonburg in the top of the 7th inning. 1-0 the count. Anchors is 0 for 3, and he hits it in the air, left field. Here comes Mosley all the way across, and eBay reaches out and barely makes the catch. I think I see why Mosley came all the way over there. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. So 1 up, 1 down. Here comes Thomas Bly, the DH. He's 1 for 3. Davis Budd, the right-hander out of Western Carolina, out of Ackworth, Georgia, 6'2", righty, 210. Final line for Judd Hildreth, who pitched the last inning. He went an inning, allowed 1 hit, 3 runs. All were earned. 2 walks and a strikeout, and a hit by pitch of Bly on the first pitch. And they have the Turks once again with a base runner here. As Seven Alemius, who has nearly hit 3 home runs tonight, will bat. Hit a home run his first time up. Second one he just missed, and the third one he really just missed. So they've got some hidden power down here. Didn't really have fantastic numbers coming in, but he has swung the bat extremely well tonight. Davis Budd looking for the double play here. Try to maintain this 4-run lead that has slowly dwindled away. And a foul, they loses the bat. Bob Weiss puts his hands on his head like, oh my gosh. But it's into the netting, 0-1. Numbers on the year for Davis Budd. He's now thrown 10 innings. He has 13 strikeouts and a .93 ERA. So he's being deployed here in this 7th inning to face the Turks' bottom part of the lineup. Middle to bottom part. Alemius is definitely swinging it. Just forgot to hold on to the bat that time. 0-1, down and away, 1-1. Some other scores around the Valley League. Talked about Woodstock. They already won. Culpeper leading Front Royal 6-3 in the 7th. Newmarket leading Charlottesville 3-2 in the 4th. Winchester leading Waynesboro 10-0 in the 3rd inning. 1-1 from Davis Budd. Ground ball to 3rd. Topher Jones to 2nd for 1. Henderson can't get it out of his glove again. They get the out at 2nd, and it's all about getting outs at this point. 2 outs as Alemius reaches on the fielder's choice. Score at 5-4. 2 outs, and here is the Harrisonburg third baseman.
Third baseman, number 10, Gavin Rabuso.
Gavin Grapuso, the batter. Percival leading Stanton 3-2 in the 2nd. So Winchester's up 10-0 in the 3rd tonight. I believe they were up 10-0 in the 2nd last night against Newmarket. They went on to win 13-1. Bud deals. Fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Kyle Gutshaw with you from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. 0-1 the count. Big lead at first and should have had him picked off. He was leaning and he barrel rolls back into the bag safely. Bud's throw was a little bit off and fortunate there to get back in safely. He was dead meat. And another throw over and nearly got him again. A slow reaction there. He was 1 step from the bag and he took, you know how you can take a quick step or you take a long step? His step was a long step for some reason. He's not going to warrant a throw this time. 0-1 grounder to 2nd. Can Henderson make the play? He tosses to 2nd nicely in time. 4-6, and the Express put up a 0 on the board for the first time since the 4th inning. Time to stretch it out, ladies and gentlemen. 95 degrees and dropping here in First Bank Park. 12-8, we go to the bottom of the 7th. Express leading on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Strasburg leading 12-8. Hendricks still in the mound for the Turks, and the Express send up 1-2-3. eBay, Henderson, and Jones. 0-1 to eBay. That is down and away. Josh 2 for 4 tonight. Run scored back in the first. Get to some more history here in this 7th inning. Hendricks starting his 4th inning of work. He's only thrown 44 pitches. Pretty efficient. Fly ball to right. He got under it. Heading towards the line. Coming in now and making the catch in right is the right fielder Trinidad, and there's one out.
Second baseman, number 4, Brooks Henderson.
Brings up Brooks Henderson. Brooks is 2 for 4. Ground outs his last 2 times up. Single and double his first 2 times to the plate. Today in 2001 at Wrigley Field, Milwaukee beats the Cubs and Kerry Wood 2-1 as this pitch is a called strike. With that loss for Chicago, they snapped their 12-game winning streak at home. It had been their longest since 1936. 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Quickly 0-2 to Brooks Henderson. Hendricks deals, swing and a miss. Ball's dropped by the catcher. He's going to have to hurry up and throw it down here. He finally does. And quickly, 2 outs. Comes Topher Jones. Topher 1 for 3 tonight. Singled his last time up. Today in 2007, Miguel Tejada goes on the disabled list. That's when you used to call it that. With a wrist injury, ending a record of 1,152 consecutive games played, the 5th longest run in Major League history. In reality, he knew that he wasn't going to catch Cal Ripken, so he just said, just put me on the list. 0-1 to Topher. And that is laced off the boards to the left of home plate, 0-2. I think that ball is probably unusable. 0-2. And that is a little bit down. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Hendricks just getting better out there. 1-2-3 inning, and he's kept the Turks in this thing. We're through 7 and off to the 8th, 12-8 Strasburg, as the Express are going back to the bullpen. Go to the top of the 8th inning. The right-hander Justin Gay into the game. First pitch to Roman Trinidad is a called strike, 0-1. Trinidad came into pinch hit the inning before and saw 4 pitches, took a walk. 0-1 from Justin Gay. Chopper off the plate. Fielded by Gay, underhand toss in time, 1-3 on the putout, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Back to the top of the lineup, Jalen Evans. Justin Gay, the tall right-hander, 6'8", out of Florida Atlantic University, out of Spring Hill, Florida. And his numbers on the season, 10 innings, 15 strikeouts, and a 1.80 ERA. He's walked 1 in 10 innings. The pitch to Evans. Ball 1. And Gay has also served as the closer for the Express. He does have, he just has 1 save. My apologies. He's worked in spots like this, maybe not in save situations, but late inning leverage. 1-0. Liner to short and caught by the shortstop Harden. An Adam ball for the 2nd out here in the 8th inning. Give whoever told him to line up there a lot of credit for being in the perfect spot. That's tough luck there for Evans. He hit that ball extremely hard. 2 outs now. Here is Clay Thompson. He's been the guy tonight. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. I would be pitching him out, out, out. Don't let him turn on anything and pull it. The first pitch, breaking ball. He was ready. Fouled it back, 0-1.
Free spot alert, purple ticket, 151051. You got a free spot, 151051.
Justin Gay, 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th inning, trying to keep this lead at 4 for the Express. But Clay Thompson has been on fire tonight. The 0-1. Check swing, he didn't go. 1-1. One ball, one strike. One. Ground ball to second. Henderson charges it, hits the lip. He throws to first in time, and Justin Gay comes in and deals a 1-2-3 8th inning and keeps the Express lead at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll return after this as Mr. Hendricks comes back to the mound for his 5th inning of work on the Express Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th we go as we hit the 2 hour and about 2.5 hour mark here in this game. It will bring Tanner Harden to the plate. He will bat and get hit by a pitch on the first pitch. So Harden is on for the 2nd time tonight.
Right fielder, number 3, Eddie Castillo.
A lot of credit to Harrisonburg's pitcher here and Charlie Hendricks. He's gone 4+, 4 hits, no runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 2 after the first 2 pitchers combined to allow 12 runs, 8 of those earned. Here's Castillo. He's been unstoppable tonight. He takes low. RBI single and a run scored in the first, RBI double and a run scored in the second, walk in the third, double in the 6th. 1-0 the count. Harden might take off here. He does not. And a pop-up. Backing up is Evans, and that's going to be caught. And there's 1 out. So 1 up, or I should say 1 down now, and here's Cole Griffith, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 21, Cole Griffith.
So they finally retire Castillo. Everybody in the lineup has a hit tonight for the Express. Extremely impressive. And the catcher shaking out his hand here. Don't know what happened on that play. But you look through the Express lineup, eBay with 2, Henderson with 2, Jones and Harden both have a hit, Castillo 3, Griffith 1, McCarter 1, Duff 1, and Mosley 2. That's called a team effort right there. And the Express have only struck out 3 times tonight. Pretty impressive. Here's Cole Griffith. He takes a slow, ephus-looking pitch for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 the count, 1 out, bottom 8. Strasburg holding on to a 12-8 lead. That's low. Nice pick back there, 1-1. One ball, one strike, 1 out. Strasburg finally trying to finally get to Hendricks. Runner goes, the pitch is hit into left. That's going to be down for a base hit. Harden, and it bobbles, and it's off of the fielder, and they're going to hold the runner at third there. It'll be a single and an E7 on the bobble out there by Anchors. So Griffith has his second hit of the game, and runners at second and third.
Now batting the DH, number 8, Jake McCarter.
15 hits for Strasburg, and a big chance here to add on to the lead. Jake McCarter, 1 for 4, singled his last time up. The pitch to McCarter. Infield will play in here, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Phillies lead the Mets 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th on Sunday Night Baseball. Former Woodstock River Bandit Chris Davinsky into the game to pitch for the Mets in the 5th. 0-1 the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch way outside, 0-2. Trying to get a couple more runs across here. McCarter followed by Duff. Meanwhile, Hendricks trying to keep him off his line, trying to remain no runs allowed. And a fly ball to center. That'll get the job done. It's going to push the center fielder back. He's got room. Double tag here. No, it's not. Just going to draw the throw to third. Coming in to score is Harden on the sac fly, and the leadoff hit by a pitch, costly. The run comes across, RBI for McCarter, and it's 13-8. So they finally get a run across.
The catcher, number 1, Logan Duff.
First RBI for McCarter. Here's Duff. Griffith did not tag at second. The pitch. Duff gets that breaking ball, and it's a strike, 0-1. Again, the Express will be off tomorrow night. They'll get a breather, get to stay in the AC tomorrow evening or do whatever they're going to do. Meanwhile, Harrisonburg is at home, 7 o'clock against Stanton. 0-1. And a ground ball left side, fielded in the hole. Shortstop's going to throw all the way across to first in time. Gets the out, and the inning is over. Strasburg finally scores a run, the first time since the third inning. 13-8, we go to the 9th. The Express 3 outs away from winning this game. We're back after this. Express lead 13-8, and they will go to the right-hander Jose Roig. Roig out of Pasco Hernando Community College, 6'2" righty out of Miami, Florida, and he will take over here with the Express leading by 5, 13-8. He will face the heart of the lineup, 3-4-5, Long, Schraft, and Anchors. The righty will work from the stretch, his pitch, and a hit by pitch to start the top of the ninth. So Justin Gay only going an inning tonight. Gay was fantastic. And his line pretty simple. 1 inning and that's it. So Roy comes in and hits the first man he faces. Long is aboard. And Schraft will step in. This is the first outing for this right-hander, Roig. And a swing and a miss. He's got a big-time fastball on him. He can get up to the mid-90s, probably sit 91, 92 here. Big thing right now is throwing strikes. Velocity doesn't always get you out. So you just got to get some swings and misses and let your defense hopefully make some plays. 0-1. Swing and a ground ball foul, quickly 0-2. Put a bow on our history notes right here. Today in 2022, the Orioles' 7-0 win over Washington is called after only 6 innings due to rain, but it's still enough time for Alston Hayes to hit for the cycle. Hayes now playing with the Cincinnati Reds. He was a longtime Oriole. He was there during the tough times. 0-2, fouled back. And suddenly the tough times have kind of come back temporarily. To the count to Jackson Schraft. A single, a ground out, a hit by pitch with the bases loaded and a strikeout. Final history note today, 1 year ago, 2024, for the first time since the introduction of the pitch clock before last season, a Major League game ends on a violation. Kyle Finnegan on the mound for the Nationals facing Ryan McMahon with the bases loaded and a full count. He took too long to deliver. They called ball 4 and the game was over. 0-2 again, Roig, long set in the pitch, and he is hit by a pitch. And the Turks have first and second with nobody out after back-to-back hit by pitches here in the inning. And Duff apparently got hit there. So not an ideal start to the outing here, back-to-back hit by pitches, and the Turks are already in business here. We'll be back after this meeting to the mound. All right, first and second, nobody out after back-to-back hit by pitches to start the top of the ninth. Seems like this year for the Express, they've either won on the mercy rule or it's come down to the last couple of plays. No in between. And we'll see how it plays out here. Owen anchors the batter. He's hitless so far tonight. He does have an RBI, and he takes strike one. Had a 1-2 count on the last hitter when he hit him. Or 0-2, excuse me. Roig making his first appearance of the summer. He lines up on the right side of the rubber, looks in for his signs. And he will step off the back of the rubber and ask for time, or new signs to be laid down. Oh, 0-1 the count. And a swing and a miss, back-to-back 0-2 counts. We'll see if he can finish off the left-hander anchors here. 0-2. Righty comes set. Keeps an eye on the runner at second. And delivers. And a breaking ball skips in front of the plate. Logan Duff with a fantastic block behind the plate, keeping the double play alive. And it's 1-2. Strasburg 13 runs on 15 hits and 2 errors. Harrisonburg 8 runs on 8 hits and 4 errors. Again, these two teams, the only other time they played this year, Harrisonburg won it. They were up most of the game, and then Strasburg came clawing back in the 8th inning before Harrisonburg ultimately walked it off in the 9th. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Roig picks up his first strikeout of his Strasburg career. There's one out here in the 9th. Thomas Bly will step in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up, 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of ground outs. Harrisonburg entering play today as the #1 team in the Valley League record-wise at 12-5. Woodstock with their win is now 13-5. Swing and a miss. And even with a loss tonight, the Turks would still have a little bit of a lead in the South Division. Stanton behind them at 9-8, but they're 3 games out. South has not been playing well so far this year. But you don't have to play well to make the playoffs. You just have to still have a team remaining at the end. 0-1, and that's low, 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out the count. Set and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Man, that breaking ball's nasty. 1-2. One, two, the count. Roig sets and deals. And that is a strike 3 call. Home plate umpire rings him up. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. So back-to-back punch-outs after back-to-back hit-by pitches. And Seven Elemius will get one more crack at it here in the top of the 9th inning. He has swung the bat extremely well tonight. Home run back in the second. Couple of flyouts and hit into a fielder's choice on a sharp ground ball. Roig looking for one more out. He starts with a breaking ball again and gets that swing and a miss. They should be sitting on it at this point. 0-1. 0-1 the count. And strike 2, 0-2. Lemius didn't like the call. So after 2 hit-by pitches to start the inning for Jose Roig, he has 2 strikeouts and he's a strike away from getting Strasburg back in the win column. The 0-2 swing and a fly ball to right, playable out there for Castillo. The catch is made and the ball game is over. Strasburg wins tonight by a final score of 13-8, and Harrisonburg has now lost 2 consecutive games, falling to 12-6 on the year. Strasburg ups their season mark to 11-5, and they avoid what would have been a 2-game losing streak here tonight. Well, Strasburg jumped out to a big lead after falling behind 1-0. They got up 8-1. Excuse me, they got up 12-2. Turks came back to make it 12-8, but then Strasburg got back up to 13-8 and held on, and that's all they needed here tonight for the victory. I think the winning pitcher tonight's got to be Hank Eaton. Nobody behind him at the time really threw all that well, so Eaton will get the win. The loser is Jacob Dorn, and there's no save here tonight in this one. Great offensive performance by the Express as we look at the final line score here tonight. Strasburg 13 runs on 15 hits. They made 2 errors. Harrisonburg 8 runs on 8 hits. They made 4 errors. Game time tonight about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Strasburg victorious. They're now 11-5. Harrisonburg falls to 12-6. The Express are off tomorrow night. Well, meanwhile, Harrisonburg will be at home hosting the Stanton Braves at 7 o'clock. Great offensive showing by the Express. Everybody in the lineup had a hit. Henderson and eBay both had 2 hits. Castillo had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Griffith with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And Mosley 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you join us again as we will be back here on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock as the Express will play host to the Front Royal Cardinals. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Stay cool out there, and we will talk to you again on Wednesday night. Express win at 13-8. They knock off the South Division leading Harrisonburg Turks. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2025 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.